Welcome everyone to the first edition of Can the Noob Play It? Now, I've been working on these concepts in my head for probably about a couple weeks now. I've been streaming. Some of you might have caught me on the actual stream talking about this and things like that of Can the Noob Play It? So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a series of videos where I'm going to take the builds that good streamers and good players use and see how far the noob can take it and how well it performs for the noob. So the first one I did, and I'm going to explain this in a little bit, we'll get back to it, but the first one I did was Lifting's Warchief bleeding totems. So I specify this because, as you can see here, this is exactly Lifton's build minus the rings, and I haven't really changed these gloves out, which I really need to, but that's kind of besides the point. They're just there, and I'm missing, I think, a flask. I think I'm supposed to swap a flask out. Now, the reason I went with this first is because in being the noob that I am at Path of Exile and being very little understanding of the game, I have never officially completed Uberlab, and that's the reason why I wanted to take Lifting's Warchief totems, because it was designed to be an Uberlab farmer that was very safe to play. So the object behind it is literally you drop 2 totems and they do all the work for you, and you just run around and let them do the damage and hopefully not get one shot or killed by the mechanics inside of Uberlab. Now, with that being said, the main gem setups for this, I fully don't understand. This is where I get confused, because in taking this point here, I can't deal damage with skills. So I never understood why you have maim support Cyclone, life gained on hit, or Culling Strike support on your weapon for Cyclone. So I never understood what the point of this was if it can't deal damage. I haven't really run around with it to see if Culling Strike still procs, or because it's a Warchief totem build and they're wielding the same weapon I am, do they get the Culling Strike, maim, and life gain on hit? I don't know. It's not an answer I have. I've tried looking it up on YouTube and everything. Apparently I haven't looked hard enough. That's besides the point. But as you see, this is one of the 6. This is the 4-link gem you can use on here. I don't know if there's a reason to 6-link it or 5-link it. I don't think it makes a difference. In here, increased duration with faster attacks, increased area effect on your enduring cry. So just basically getting a little bit more range on that for enduring cry to proc the right way. On your boots, blind support, vengeance, knockback support, and life gain on hit. Again, I don't understand because you can't use this ability. As you see, I'm spamming E, does absolutely nothing. You can leap strike or leap slam, which is what is your set in your helm with leap slam and faster attacks. Concentrated effect, the reason why I have this in my helmet, and it's kind of like the same reason why other people will have an X setup to have gems in their level. It's basically just so that keeps leveling while I'm using increased area effect while mapping or getting through the early parts. Now, Lifting does a much better breakdown and explanations on it, and I will have links to it in the description below of the channel, or in the description below of the video. Be sure to check out Lifting, check out his channel, check out his YouTube channel, you know, all that other fun stuff, because the credit for this build and everything else does go to him. I will have links to the build that he has up on the PoE page, along with everything else. The Perseverance Vanguard belt, if I could learn to talk. I recently picked this up. I think the main reason I just recently picked it up is because I only recently got high enough. Like I'm 82, so I'm 4 levels over it. But I'm still 9 levels away from completing it because there's still some passive points I haven't picked up. Mainly because I just haven't had a reason to pick them up. It's an Uberlab farmer. I only use it on days that Uberlab is really easy because, let's be honest, I'm a noob, and likely anything that requires slightly a bit of skill, I'll die to. So, playing this build, I will specify this: Lifting does it on hardcore, and does a much better job of using the character than I do, so at the end of the day, if you're better at it, you'll probably succeed way more than I did. That being said, I did attempt to level this in hardcore a couple of times. I managed to get up to 31 the first time and then wiped because of stupidity. The second time, I made it to 50, 46, 48-ish, maybe 50, and I died to the Brine King. And there's actually a clip on my Twitch channel of me dying there, which was really funny to me, because I thought I had him beat. I was like, oh, I'm 3 seconds away from beating this and continuing on. Yes, dead. The third time I attempted it, I died at level 3, and that's because I ran straight into like 60 mobs at one time, trying to get up a extra Quicksilver Flask, but that's besides the point. After playing this build in normal, as you can see, I did manage to get it to 82, and I will probably still play this to build up some extra currency and everything else like that, because it is a very easy use Uber Lab Farmer. What I will tell you for anybody on the noob scale, can the noob play it? We're going to give this on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being unplayable, 10 being very playable on the noob scale. So we will give this an 8.5 on the noob scale of being able to be playable, because a noob, being very new to the game, not understanding a lot of it and all this other fun stuff, it is not an easy build to level with in hardcore. In normal, easy, no problem, doesn't matter because you could die a million times and it doesn't make a difference. In hardcore, I don't find it to be the easiest build to level because it's not the safest, because once you get to having, you know, your ancestral bond here, you no longer deal damage, so you're completely reliant on doing this and running and running and running. And so 8.5 on the noob scale, because it is playable, it is doable, and if you practice it enough, you'll be able to level in hardcore no problem. So on the first edition, this is just one of the 2 builds we are doing. We are doing another build, but I'm only going to partially cover this video because I'm not done with it. But we do have another character I'm going to cover in a little bit, probably sometime next week, from Engineering Eternity, who also happens to be the guild I'm in on this, because I just can't donate because I don't have money, or subscribe to people's channel because I just don't make money. But that's besides the point. Don't worry about that. The main point of it is I'm in Engineering Eternity. I will be doing one of his builds. He actually has 3 or 4 of them. A couple of them I'm going to test. The first one I did do the Starter League one that he had suggested, and it worked very well. It got to mapping pretty easy, but I got bored with the character. So that's a whole different story. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this coverage. I will put in a link again for all of the stuff for lifting. Make sure you check him out, because the credit for this build does go to him, and all the other fun stuff goes to him because he put the time into theory crafting and things like that.